got pops, we got a lot of pops, and we're gonna try them out for you. Some sticky pops, some really icky pops, and we hope you don't grow well up on you. What's up, guys? It's HalDaEfficient, and I'm here at Old Station Honey and Mead with my good old friend William, and he's going to be showing me how to make pops, but not just any pops.
No.
The pops we usually have are for us kids. This time, we're going to be learning how to make pops for grown-ups.
Adult pops with honey.
Yeah. So, since we're here, let's get to it. So, I'm just gonna ask you a few questions, William.
Sure.
What inspired you to start this meter?
Wow, that's a good question. I was a beekeeper for many years, and I love honey, and I love my bees. And then I knew that there was a drink called Mead, so I started to make some in my basement. And I really loved it, and I loved the process of making it. And so I always thought that I would have a little meadery on my farm. But then the old fire station became available. They were going to tear it down. So I thought maybe we should put a meadery in here. And that was about 3 years ago. And then things have just kind of taken off. And we're about to have our grand opening on June 4th. So I guess bees and honey inspired me to be a mead maker.
What would be your favorite flavor?
Well, that's a hard question because I love a lot of them. Yeah, I grow Saskatoon berries, so I love Saskatoon berries. And my friend grows Aztec berries, so I love Aztec berries. And then there's just traditional, which is just honey, so I love that one. And so I love them all for various reasons, but I would say maybe the Saskatoon.
Who taught you to make mead?
Well, I knew about mead from books and novels, and so I just Googled it at first. And recipes came up. And they weren't big recipes, it was for like 5 gallons, and I had that much honey. So I just followed the recipes on Google and internet, and then I made some pretty good mead. The more I made, the more I read, and then I took a course in California about mead making. And I just went from there, and now a lot of it is in the back room. I just experiment with stuff because I know the basics now, and I have an idea what flavors to add.
Was this business kind of difficult for you at first?
Well, yes, it's been very difficult, and early on I didn't think it would be this difficult. So I kind of, as I moved ahead, I encountered one problem at a time, and every problem seems like, oh my gosh, I can't solve that. But then we solve that and we move on, and then there's another problem. And a lot of it, Hal, to be honest, is money. Everything costs a lot of money these days to make. So when I show you the equipment back there, you'll see it was a lot of it came from Italy. So yeah, so there were lots of problems, and the process has been one step at a time. We're almost there.
Do you think you should teach me how to make basic honey mead?
Well, I'll explain the process, right? So you have to get the honey from the bees, and you have to get quite a lot. And then you warm up that honey so it's liquid, and then you dump it into the fermenter, and you add water until there's a measurement. You know how much water to add. And then you put in yeast. It's a special kind of wine yeast. You cover that vat, and you feed it some nutrients, and then you just control the temperature. And after about 6 weeks, your meat is not ready, but it's fermented. So then it has alcohol in it. And then you do certain things to clear it out, like filter it and make it look pretty, and then you put it in bottles. So it really is a very simple drink. It's honey and water and yeast. And you can add berries to it if you want, or you could even add chocolate. to it, or coffee if you want it. So you can do anything with it.
That's cool.
It is cool. You got that.
So how are the bees doing?
Oh, it's a sad story for last winter. We lost lots of bees, and most beekeepers lost lots of bees because it was so hot and there were lots of mites, and then it didn't get cold very fast, so the wasps kept attacking them. But we can build back our hive numbers, and that's what we're doing now. So we're making more hives, and hopefully this will be a better summer for the bees.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
Okay, so what kind of different flavors do you have available?
Right now, today, we have 3 meads available. I'm only going to show you 2, but we have, this one is just a traditional one, which is just made from honey and water and yeast. And this one is a Saskatoon berry, and it's made from my honey and my Saskatoon berries. And we have another one that's made from cooked honey. But also in the back there are 2 more ready to go. One that's made from Hascat berries, which are also called honey berries, and another one that's a sparkling. I think it's going to be really good. But by Christmas, I hope we have 10 different kinds of beans.
Do you think there might be like a non-alcoholic one that I could try probably?
Well, it's on my schedule to make a honey soda, right? But the rules are different, and it has to be different rules for food and drink. So we're focusing on these first, but by next summer, I hope to have honey sodas. So Saskatoon honey soda, or Hascat honey soda, or lemon honey soda. We'll hope to have non-alcoholic ones. And then you can come back and try those.
I will.
Okay.
Definitely.
That logo is called Bee Berry. She's part bee and part berry.
Oh, that's what she's around. That's so cute. It looks like little leaves.
Yeah, that's right. Her wings are leaves. That's right.
There you go.
Now, this is the chiller, because the most important thing for making mead is controlling the temperature. So this is a chiller, and it can chill the mead right down colder than freezing point if we want. Yeah?
That's really cool.
It is. It's really cool. That's right. And then move over here, and you can see this thing here is a fermenter. That's what we put the honey and the water and the yeast in. And we fill it right up to there. And this one makes it cool and it ferments. It's got capacity for 2,000 liters. And this is what we put the honey and the water and the yeast and the berries, and we put a top on it, and then we let it ferment for about 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. And then we clean up the mead by filtering it, making it nice and pretty. Okay, come on. I'll show you some more equipment. These are all fermenters, different sizes, but they're all the same thing. And I think you'll like this one. And this is the fruit press. So when we want to make mead, we can put the berries right into the fermenter, but then I have to dig them out. So instead, I squeeze all the juice out of them, and I mix that with the honey. Some people do it the other way, but I like the fruit press. And this is the bottler. So when the mead is ready, we pump it over into this machine, and we put bottles in here, and we open the valve, and the mead flows into it. And then, well, that's actually open, and then we close the valve, and we take the bottle off, and we pass it over here, and the person who's bottling sticks it into here, and you press the button, and the cap comes down, and it takes, to do one bottle, probably less than a minute. But it takes 3 of us a whole day to do 1,000 bottles. Thanks for coming to help me. We are today going to do a little bit of experimenting with hops and mead. I have here a whole bunch of hops. These would be, what the heck? Chinook hops, famous for aroma. And we're going to dry hop some of our mead to see if it picks up that really good hop flavor that everybody loves in beer, even though it's in mead. But this fermenter is way too big. It would be too much of a risk to try it in here if it didn't work. So we're going to take the hops that I prepared in the bag over to Humpty Dumpty, Hal, and put them in Humpty. Ready?
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. If you stand over there, because I'm going to pass you stuff. Okay?
All right.
So I'd like to introduce Humpty and Dumpty. And Dumpty's full of something else. Humpty's full of just straight meat. So we're going to take this off. Can I get you to hold that up?
All right.
Well, I put this bag of hops, of dry hops, into there. And then I'm going to take that spoon that you're holding, and I'm going to force it down and soak all of those hops. Okay, there we go. Yeah, they're all soaked and they're sitting in there. Okay, now I'll take the lid back and give you back that spoon. And then we're going to wait, checking on the flavor every day. If we need more, we have more from Queen's Landing Hop Farm in Atchison. And if they get too strong, we'll take those out. So it's a bit of an experiment. And I want everybody to cross your fingers. Cross your fingers for us, Al.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
William,
Yeah.
thank you so much for showing me this place.
It was so much fun. Thanks, Al.
I think I really learned a lot.
Good. And listen, I promise when we have the one without alcohol in it for kids, I'll invite you back and you can be my taste tester.
All right. Sounds good.
Good.
Okay. So, as usual, if you guys like this video, make sure to like, comment, click the notifications down below, and subscribe. And let us know what other things you want us to do next. Until next time, catch you later, guys!